Oh snap, is that another video in the background? Let's do this, y'all. So y'all read the title correctly. This is about the time I finally stood up to my elementary school bully, and this one is as glorious as it sounds. So back when I was maybe in the fifth grade, it was the fifth grade or fourth grade, either one. I was always getting bullied on the bus by this one dude that he was going in on me. He wouldn't leave me alone 24/7, calling me names, always fighting me, beating me up and stuff on the bus. It really sucked, to be honest, because I was scared to fight back then. I was always scared to fight because, number one, I didn't want to get beat up and possibly getting punched in the face, because getting punched in the face does not feel good at all. And number two, I was always scared if I got into a fight, my mama will beat the living daylights out of me, like she has always done on multiple occasions, and sometimes while my other cousins are in the room. Now, let me tell y'all this isn't in Washington, this is down here in Texas. I was going to school at Joseph McClure Elementary School. The school it's gone. The old building is being tore down, and the new one is up somewhere else. You all right? So my main transportation when I was in elementary school, like in the fifth grade, I always rode the bus. This is when the problem started. My first time getting on the bus, it was pretty cool. I didn't know anybody. I was fooling around, just talking to people here and there. They all thought I was the G word on the bus. I can't say the word on YouTube because they'll get me and say I'm discriminating against people, but everyone that grew up in my time period knows we used to say the F word, the G word and all that, this and that. And kids nowadays will not survive. Back then, just like in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, they wouldn't survive back then. Everybody would be so angry. But I used to get called that a lot, and it used to make me mad. I'm like, nah, y'all, man, I like girls and stuff, man. What are y'all talking about? I like girls, this and that. They was like, nah, man, look at your hair. Ain't no boy gonna have their hair wet like that. I'm like, and then it was just people making stuff up on the bus. I remember one day, one dude, we was singing Apple Bottom Jeans by, I forgot what the dude's name was. But then I started saying, she hit the flow. She hit the flow. One dude said, did you say he hit the flow? Man, that dude grabbed me by the shirt, threw me, another dude pushed me. It was just like I was flying around on the bus, and then this one girl, she gonna have the nerve to kick me out of the seat as soon as I landed right there. I had to move all the way up to the front of the bus. I'm like, man, I said, this sucks. Now, my bully in mind, I'm not gonna say his real name, but we gonna call him Jacob. So Jacob, this dude was bullying the mess out of me, because after everybody was pushing me around on the bus, he got the bright idea to start, okay, this dude is weak, whatever. This is like, he ain't gonna fight back or nothing. So he was right. I wasn't fighting him back and stuff. I knew if I fought him back, he was gonna beat me up. He was gonna beat me up, literally. I was so scared of getting beat up, and plus I was scared of my mama whooping me, like I just said earlier. It was going on for months. I didn't want to tell my mama about it, because how you think about it, like kids back then, if you told, it'd just make the situation worse and just make them start bullying you even more. And it's not fun at all getting bullied on the bus, and especially when they're calling you the G word and the F word. I had a crush back then, so but anyway, it was one day we was on the bus. I had got tired of him, right? And so what happened was, he looked at me, he was like, oh, what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? He had punched me in the back, and I just walked off the bus. I'm like, man. One day I was at my grandma's house down here. It was a party next door. We all went to the party. My uncle was over there, that's my age. And I think my other little cousin, he came with me too. He actually has a PlayStation. Y'all go check out his YouTube channel, Cool Man Wild 5. So we was all over there enjoying ourselves and stuff. And then, lo and behold, Jacob is here too. I'm like, oh my God. I already knew he was gonna start bullying me and stuff while I was over there. So dude, he chased after me at the party. Like, oh, Carlos here. He said, what's up, Carlos? He came and punched me in the chest. I took off running one way, and all of a sudden, I'm trying to mind my business and stuff, and all of a sudden, here he come behind me again and punched me in the back like 5 to 6 times real hard. Man, he was doing off the wall stuff and all that. I wanted to tell someone, saying, hey, where's Jacob's mom at? Because I'm getting sick of it. I wanted to tell his mom, and I knew if my other uncle found out about it, he was my age. I've been having bullies throughout all my life of middle school and elementary school. And what's crazy about it is that one day my uncle, he seen somebody that was bullying me, and he came up. They was pushing me, whatnot. Here he come. He full force hit him on the ground. The dude stayed on the ground and he didn't get up at all. My uncle looked at him and was like, yeah, you keep on messing with him, you're gonna be dealing with me later. So back to Jacob and stuff, it was one particular morning where I got on the bus and he looked at me and he was saying something off the wall. I was trying to ignore him and stuff, because how they said back in school, if someone's talking about you and stuff, just ignore them. And I was sitting there trying to ignore him. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. But I mean, it was worse. It was to the point where he was just getting in my face. I was so scared to fight him. And that afternoon, he pulled his cards and did it again. And you know what I did? I said, man, get out of my face, Jacob. I pushed him and he landed in the seat, right? He's like, oh, so you gonna get tough now, huh? And then here all of a sudden it's going down. He punched me in the stomach. I remember what happened too. I grabbed him by the neck and I pulled like somebody, you know how somebody grabs and strangles someone? I pushed him down in the bus seat. Now this is going all on the bus and stuff. I grabbed him by the neck and I started slamming his head down in the chair. And then I looked at the bus is just going wild. Everybody is just going buck wild at this point. Just screaming and yelling and everywhere. And he was like, get off me, man. You know what I did? I started punching the mess out of him in his sides and his stomach. Man, I had got tired of it. And everybody looking at me, and the bus driver, she was like, what's going on back there? She looked, she was trying to stop the bus and stuff. And none of that worked, because he just made me so mad. And you know, he tried to go up to the front of the bus, and I pulled him back over there. And I just kept on beating him up some more until the bus driver came and ripped me off of him. And that was not good at all. That wasn't good at all. I got rolled up on a bus too. I got a 3-day bus suspension from that. That's what's funny about it. And after that, you know what happened after that? I started bullying him. Real crap. I know I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, I can beat him up. I said, I ain't got to put up with his crap no more, man. And then I started going around bullying this summer gun now. And all of a sudden, we get into another argument on the bus. I stand up, look at him like, come on, man, come on, you ain't gonna do nothing. I knew without a shadow of a doubt, that I could beat the dude up. And the bus driver pulled me up front. She was like, look here. She said, wow, he was bullying you at first, and now you trying to bully him. You know he a sissy. What are you doing? That's what had me tripped out, because she called him a sissy. But what's crazy about it is everything has changed so much that you can't say the R word anymore. You know what I'm talking about. And the F word, the G word, all of those words were thrown around back then. And she just told me, she said, what are you doing? You know he a sissy. He bullies on weak people. And I'm like, man, I gotta get him that get back. And I was thinking I was hot crap for the longest, bullying him now. And one day, it was this one dude, I forgot his name. I'm not gonna give him no fake name or anything, but the bus driver's grandson started to fight, and it made me mad. And he said, you know, he been talking about you, right? I'm like, man, I said, I'll beat him up. And he was like, nah, he said, you ain't gonna beat him up. I walked back there, and no, he was another bully of mine. And I was saying, man, what else can I do? I remember he was another bully of mine. It was worse than Jacob's bullying. And he was, man, that dude was kind of swole for a 10-year-old. He was kind of muscular built for a 10-year-old. That didn't sound right. But he was bullying me bad too, worse than he was. And I said, man, I gotta stand up for myself, man. And I told him, I said, look, man, I said, you gonna stop all this crap. And he looked, I ain't gotta stop nothing. He said, I ain't gotta stop nothing, F word, you know what I mean? I ain't gotta stop nothing. I said, well, you're gonna have to throw him up then. Well, we started fighting on the bus, and they told me, yeah, man, you had him at first, but dude, he literally, he picked me up by my stomach and threw me to the window and started beating my head in, fam. I'm like, God dang. I said, man, I done lost my first fight. Well, this is my second fight. My first fight was, oof. I'm gonna have to tell that one in another story. How I got into my first fight. So that dude beat the mess out of me on the bus, and I wanted to get out the situation so bad because he overpowered me so quickly, and he was just so strong. I'm like, oh my God. It was nothing I could do. He was just beating my head in and stuff. I knew my mama, she found out about it because I got put off the bus again for fighting. And she asked me, she said, what happened? I'm like, I said, man, my mama gonna beat me. Yep, y'all see the video? That's how I was kind of doing them on the bus when I got into the fight. And my mama asked me, she said, what happened? I'm like, man, I just got tired of it. And I said, I strictly told her, I said, I'm trying to fight my bullies and stuff. I was thinking she was gonna whoop me. She said, if you was having all these problems on the bus, you should have told someone. I thought I was gonna get a whooping, but she didn't. To my surprise, at that age, my mama completely understood, which now, looking at it now, if my kids, when I have kids one day and they getting bullied on the bus, I'm like, look, you gotta stand up for yourself, but don't do what I did as a kid, children. Don't go and bully your bully, because you'll get that ego and you'll be hurt. So, and we're soon, we're reaching the end of this story time, everyone. So just remember, if you got a bully or something, just stand up for yourself, or it's going to keep on going on for on and on and on. And that'll be the end of this story time, everyone. And I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.
Well, actually, no.